A divine warning is never meant to harm you, it is meant to awaken you. It often comes quietly, almost unnoticeable at first, like a gentle whisper in your spirit that something is shifting. You may feel it in moments of unease, in thoughts that suddenly become louder than usual, or in situations that no longer feel right even if they once brought you comfort. These warnings are not coincidences, and they are not random disruptions in your life. They are intentional signals, carefully placed to guide you before something greater unfolds. Sometimes, a divine warning appears through unexpected changes. People you once felt close to may begin to drift away, conversations may feel different, and environments that once felt safe may start to feel uncomfortable. This can be confusing because it challenges your sense of stability, but this discomfort carries meaning. It is not meant to leave you lost, it is meant to reposition you. When something begins to feel out of place, it is often because you are no longer meant to remain where you are. The warning is not the problem, it is the preparation. There are also moments when a divine warning shows up as a deep inner conviction. You may not be able to explain it logically, but you feel strongly that something needs to change. It might be a decision you have been delaying, a habit you know is not serving you, or a direction you feel hesitant to take. This internal pull can feel intense, even overwhelming, but it is not there to pressure you. It is there to align you. It is a reminder that you are being guided, even when you cannot see the full picture yet. Fear is often misunderstood in these moments. When a warning comes, it can bring a sense of uncertainty that feels like fear, but not all fear is meant to stop you. Sometimes, it is meant to alert you. It sharpens your awareness and calls your attention to something important. Instead of running from that feeling, there is value in sitting with it and asking what it is trying to show you. Within that discomfort, there is often clarity waiting to be discovered. A divine warning can also come through repeated patterns. You may notice the same type of situation happening again and again, the same kind of conflict, or the same emotional response being triggered in different circumstances. These repetitions are not there to frustrate you, they are there to teach you. They are signals that something needs to be recognized and addressed before you can move forward. Ignoring these patterns only prolongs the lesson, but acknowledging them opens the door to growth. Timing plays a significant role in understanding these warnings. They often appear right before a major shift, at a moment when you are about to step into something new. This is why they can feel so intense. They are preparing you for a transition, helping you release what cannot go with you into the next phase of your life. Even though it may feel like things are falling apart, there is a deeper process taking place, one that is aligning everything for what is ahead. It is also important to recognize that divine warnings are personal. They are tailored specifically to you, your journey, and your current season. What feels like a warning to you may not look the same for someone else, and that is because your path is unique. This is why comparison can be misleading. Your experiences, your emotions, and your insights are all part of a message that is meant specifically for your growth and direction. There are times when these warnings come through silence. You may find yourself in a season where answers feel distant, where clarity seems out of reach, and where you are left to sit with your thoughts more than usual. This silence is not absence, it is space. It is an opportunity for you to listen more closely, to become aware of what is happening within you rather than around you. In that stillness, the message often becomes clearer, not through noise, but through understanding. Trust becomes essential in these moments. A divine warning requires you to believe that there is purpose behind what you are experiencing, even when it does not make immediate sense. It asks you to move beyond what you can see and rely on a deeper sense of guidance. This trust is not always easy, especially when the path ahead is uncertain, but it is through this trust that you begin to align with what is meant for you. Resistance can make these warnings feel heavier than they need to be. When you try to hold on to what is already shifting, the discomfort increases. When you try to ignore what you are feeling, the message becomes louder. But when you begin to accept that something is changing, even if you do not fully understand it, the process becomes smoother. Acceptance does not mean you have all the answers, it means you are open to receiving them. Clarity does not always come instantly. Sometimes, it unfolds gradually, piece by piece, as you continue to move forward. The warning is simply the beginning of that process. It is the first signal that prepares you for what is to come. As you pay attention to it, as you reflect on it, and as you allow it to guide your decisions, you begin to see how everything starts to align in ways you could not have anticipated. Every divine warning carries within it an opportunity. It is not just about what needs to change, it is about what is being created in its place. It is about growth, transformation, and stepping into a version of yourself that is more aligned with your purpose. Even when it feels uncomfortable, even when it challenges you, it is leading you somewhere meaningful. Sudden shifts in life rarely arrive with clear explanations. They come without warning, interrupting routines, altering relationships, and changing the direction you thought you were firmly walking in. One moment everything feels stable, and the next, something feels different in a way you cannot fully explain. These shifts can feel unsettling because they challenge your sense of control, yet they often carry a deeper purpose that goes beyond what is immediately visible. What appears as disruption on the surface may actually be part of a larger preparation taking place beneath it. When life begins to shift suddenly, it often starts with small changes that gradually become impossible to ignore. Conversations begin to feel different, opportunities arise unexpectedly, or doors that once seemed open begin to close without clear reason. You may find yourself questioning why things are no longer flowing the way they used to, wondering what has changed and what you might have done differently. This confusion is natural, but it is not without meaning. These moments are not simply obstacles, they are signals that something new is being introduced into your life. There is a certain discomfort that comes with sudden change because it forces you out of familiarity. Familiarity brings a sense of safety, even when it is not always aligned with your growth. When that familiarity is disrupted, it can feel like something is being taken away from you. However, what feels like loss is often space being created. Space for new opportunities, new perspectives, and new directions that you may not have considered if everything had remained the same. The shift is not meant to leave you empty, it is meant to make room. Sometimes these shifts affect your relationships. People you once felt deeply connected to may begin to feel distant, or interactions may no longer carry the same energy they once did. This can be one of the most difficult aspects of sudden change because it involves emotional attachments and shared experiences. It may feel like you are losing something important, but these changes often reflect a realignment. Not everyone is meant to walk with you into every phase of your life, and when a shift occurs, it can reveal who is aligned with where you are going and who was part of where you have been. In other moments, sudden shifts show up in your personal direction. You may feel drawn towards something new without fully understanding why, or you may feel a growing disconnection from paths you once felt certain about. This internal movement can feel confusing because it does not always come with clear instructions. It asks you to trust a sense of direction that has not yet fully revealed itself. Even though this can feel uncertain, it is often a sign that you are being guided towards something that aligns more closely with your purpose. Emotions can intensify during these periods of change. You may experience moments of doubt, fear, or even frustration as you try to make sense of what is happening. These emotions are not a sign that something is wrong, they are part of the process of adjustment. When your environment changes, your inner world responds. Instead of pushing these feelings away, there is value in observing them, understanding what they are reflecting, and allowing them to guide you toward greater awareness. There are times when sudden shifts seem to remove stability from your life. Plans may fall apart, expectations may not be met, and outcomes may differ from what you had hoped for. This can feel discouraging, especially when you have invested time and energy into a certain path. However, these moments often serve as redirection. What is being taken away may not have been able to support where you are meant to go next. Even though it is difficult to see in the moment, These disruptions can prevent you from remaining in situations that are no longer aligned with your growth. Trust becomes a central part of navigating these shifts. Without immediate clarity, you are asked to move forward without having all the answers. This can feel uncomfortable because it requires letting go of certainty and embracing the unknown. Yet within this uncertainty, there is a process unfolding. Each step you take, even if it feels small or uncertain, contributes to a larger alignment that becomes clearer over time. Sudden shifts also have a way of revealing what truly matters. When familiar structures change, you begin to see what you rely on, what you value, and what holds genuine meaning in your life. This clarity can be powerful because it allows you to make decisions that are more aligned with who you are becoming, rather than who you have been. It brings a deeper level of awareness that might not have been possible without the shift. There is also a strengthening that takes place during these moments. As you adapt to change, you develop resilience, flexibility, and a deeper sense of self-awareness. You begin to realize that even when things change unexpectedly, you have the ability to navigate through it. This realization builds confidence, not from external stability, but from an inner understanding that you can handle what comes your way. The process of preparation is not always comfortable, and sudden shifts are a significant part of that process. They challenge you, stretch you, and push you beyond what is familiar. Even though they may feel disruptive, they are often aligning you with something that requires you to grow, to release, and to move forward in ways you may not have considered before. As these shifts continue to unfold, patterns begin to emerge. What once felt random starts to show a sense of direction. Connections form between events, decisions begin to make more sense, and the path ahead becomes gradually clearer. What initially felt like chaos begins to reveal a form of order, one that is guiding you step by step into a new phase of your life. Paying attention is not always easy, especially in a world filled with constant noise, distractions, and endless demands on your time and energy. Yet there are moments when something within you becomes still enough to notice that what you are experiencing carries a deeper meaning. These moments often feel different from ordinary thoughts or passing emotions. They feel heavier, more persistent, and harder to ignore. This is where awareness begins, in recognizing that what is happening right now is not, but intentional in a way that invites you to look closer. There are signals that appear in your daily life that may seem small at first, almost insignificant, but they begin to repeat themselves in subtle ways. A thought that keeps returning, a feeling that lingers longer than expected, or a situation that mirrors something you have already experienced. These repetitions are not meaningless. They are patterns forming, asking for your attention, encouraging you to pause and reflect instead of rushing past them. When you slow down enough to notice these patterns, you begin to understand that they are pointing towards something that requires your awareness. Your emotions often act as a guide in these moments. When something carries a deeper message, it tends to stir something within you that goes beyond surface-level reactions. You may feel a sense of unease that does not seem to have a clear cause, or a sudden clarity about something you have been uncertain about for a long time. These emotional responses are not random, they are part of how you process what is unfolding around and within you. Ignoring them can create distance between you and the understanding you are meant to reach, while paying attention to them can open a path toward clarity. There is also a difference between hearing and truly listening. Hearing is passive, it allows information to pass through without much engagement. Listening, on the other hand, requires presence. It asks you to be fully aware of what is being communicated, both externally and internally. When you choose to listen, you begin to notice details that you might have overlooked before. You start to connect experiences, recognize patterns, and understand the significance of what is happening in your life. This level of attention transforms ordinary moments into meaningful insights. Distractions can make it difficult to stay connected to what matters. It is easy to become absorbed in daily routines, responsibilities, and external influences that pull your focus away from what you are feeling. When this happens, important signals can be missed or misunderstood. Creating space, even briefly, allows you to reconnect with your thoughts and emotions without interference. In that space, you gain the ability to observe rather than react, to understand rather than dismiss. Sometimes the message you are meant to receive does not come in a straightforward way. It may not arrive as a clear statement or a direct answer. Instead, it may come through a combination of experiences, conversations, and reflections that gradually form a clearer picture. This requires patience, as the meaning may not be immediately obvious. Trusting the process of understanding allows the message to unfold naturally, without forcing conclusions before they are ready to be seen. There are moments when paying attention requires honesty with yourself. You may recognize something that you have been avoiding, a truth that feels uncomfortable, or a realization that challenges your current perspective. This can be difficult because it asks you to confront something that may not align with what you expected or hoped for. Yet within that honesty lies growth. Acknowledging what is real, even when it is uncomfortable, creates the foundation for meaningful change. External influences can also play a role in how you interpret what is happening. Opinions, advice, and expectations from others can sometimes cloud your own understanding. While it can be helpful to consider different perspectives, it is important to remain connected to your own sense of awareness. The message you are receiving is personal, shaped by your experiences and your current path. Trusting your ability to interpret it allows you to stay aligned with what is true for you. Clarity often emerges gradually rather than all at once. As you continue to pay attention, small pieces of understanding begin to come together. What once felt confusing starts to make sense, and what seemed uncertain begins to feel more defined. This process does not always follow a predictable timeline, but it moves forward as long as you remain open to seeing what is being revealed. There is also a level of responsibility that comes with awareness. Once you recognize that a moment carries a deeper message, you are given the opportunity to respond to it. This response does not have to be immediate or dramatic. It can be as simple as acknowledging what you have noticed and allowing it to influence your perspective. Over time, these small acknowledgements can lead to significant shifts in how you think, feel, and act. Paying attention is not about searching for something outside of yourself, it is about becoming aware of what is already present. The signs, the feelings, and the experiences you are having are part of a larger picture that is unfolding in your life. When you choose to engage with them, rather than overlook them, you begin to see how they connect and what they are guiding you toward.